Poverty can be defined as deprivation of those things that determine the quality of life, including clothing, shelter, etc. We can also define poverty as a condition in which a person lacks the financial ability or resources to enjoy a good life, if I'm not wrong. And relating poverty to developing countries, it is said that 1.3 billion people in 107 developing countries, which accounts for 22% of the world population, live in multi-dimensional poverty. And among these 1.3 billion people, it is said that 644 million children are among, which means this, talking about the kind of poverty which is about teen discourse is about, it means children are facing a lot of things. Okay, the causes, you can say, relating to low economic growth, inequality, and increase in population, which is one of the main causes of. Like you telling me to tell you about my experience living kind of poverty, I can't abject poverty. How can I tell you my experience? So, living kind of in poverty, you'll be exposed to bad influences in the community, drugs, crimes, food. Here in Islam, many people who survive the crimes, the girls think prostitution is the whole way. There are not so many people. I can say maybe like 900% of people living in poverty, probably just 35% or 40% have the mental awareness that they can be more than what they are now. Some people. And talking about lack of parental care, which is my number 2 point. Lack of parental care. Many parents don't cater for their children that much because, let's say they cater for their children at a very young age, but those children don't have someone to talk to because the parents will be out all day till night just to work and get the food to eat. And when the child is like 15, 16, 17 years old, 16, 17 years old, you are said to be able to cater for yourself in poverty. The parents will be like, okay, you grown up now, do what your mates are doing. That is if the parent is a bad parent, which means they are bad parenting. One is poor academic performance. How do you expect someone like me who doesn't eat well, who probably sleeps lately, who goes to live in a very big compound where we all live in many noises around? There are many things that contribute to it. How can you expect someone like me to actually do it? No, I'll have a very poor academic performance, which will affect me. And there are social emotional problems. I'll relate this to glossophobia. This is what I face. I know it. There are many public we've been afraid of. Let me call it self-esteem. Low self-esteem. We are afraid of what people will think about us. We are afraid of how people will view us. We are afraid of probably we not get accepted in the community. And that's much of it. More of these children will live in poverty. That's one of the main things they face. One of the main causes of the poverty that keeps going, because these people don't want to go out to strive. They will reject. Low self-esteem, glossophobia. Facing things at a very young age, and with the fear of being rejected and the fear of not being accepted due to where they came from, the kind of community, the kind of clothes they put on, the kind of look they have on their face. These kids or teen or anyone who grows out of poverty tend to have low self-esteem and some kind of fear for rejection. So there is also mental illness in the fact, like when they are addicted to drugs, surely drugs cause some kind of damage to the body, which means these people are prone to mental illness. Mental drug people, because this drug will be affecting them mentally. So another one is trauma stress, PTSD. When as a kid you see something like probably you see crimes committed in front of you, you have seen things you're not supposed to have seen that age, you expose that much, it will lead to post-traumatic stress which will affect you in future, which affects people in future. And the solutions I'll be giving to this kind of problem is: the first one, NGOs. These NGOs should visit slums, should visit places where there is abject poverty, and educate, not just educate the children, educate the parents themselves. You have to educate the parents on how they can relate to their children, and how they can take care of their responsibilities without affecting their income. And the second one is more people joining change making. When we have more change makers, and then you get, with my belief as change maker, I believe when you tell someone about change making and you impact the person will put impact on that person, which means it is fine, encouraging more people. And then another one, there should be support for talent, there should be support for these children, support in a way like they support your talents. They tend to also give them the attentions they give to kids. And in schools, these schools try to help the children, giving them all the necessary things. But then the government has a lot to do with this, because one of the main solutions, not just NGOs can do it, the government should also contribute much larger than the NGOs.